It is that time of year again. The Florida RV Super Show is right around the corner, so I am here a few days early. It is currently Sunday, January 11th, and this show starts on January 14th when it is open to the public. And this is not only one of the largest RV shows in America, but one of the largest RV shows in the world. I'm sure there's near 1,000 RVs here at this show. It is pretty cool. And we're gonna start out with taking a look at some of the least expensive travel trailer RVs that you will find here at the show, both with bunks and without bunks. Let's go take a look. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Miles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here at the Blue Compass RV display at the Florida RV Super Show, taking a look at these two different Forest River Aurora models. These are going to be the smallest, most lightweight travel trailers that not only Forest River Aurora makes, but also going to be some of the smallest ones you'll see here at the Florida RV Show, or just really anywhere in the country, aside from something like a teardrop trailer, which will be a little bit different. And a lot of times teardrop trailers can be built with a little bit higher quality. Thinking brands like New Camp and stuff like that, where they still could be priced much higher than what something like this is. So there's no pricing displayed yet, but this model here with the bunks was at the Hershey RV show earlier this year, where it sold for somewhere right around $13,000. I imagine these here will be fairly similar, but it's possible the price might even be better than that. I don't know yet until the rest of the Blue Compass team and everybody gets here to get pricing on here and everything like that. As of right now, like I said, it's Sunday before the show starts on Wednesday, so there's not a whole lot of people out here. But I made sure to get here early for you guys to film some RVs for you. So if you appreciate that, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit the like button. But we're going to start here on this model because this is the one that a lot of people were asking for. We looked at the 13 BHX last time, which had the bunks, and this is the 13 RDX with no bunks. So if you're not looking for bunk beds, this is a great option. Now this travel trailer, it is aluminum sided with wood framing. It's very small, very lightweight, going to be so easily to tow, or so easily towable by so many different vehicles out there, as it's only 16 feet long and only weighs 2,250 pounds basically, without anything in it. Has a cargo carrying capacity of 1,940 pounds, so you actually can load up a good amount of weight in here. And this is going to make this towable by virtually any truck out there in the market, and a lot of different SUVs. So check your own vehicle specs for its tow rating, but this should be towable by a lot of different SUVs out there in the market. Now, I chose to film this one first because there are quite a few campers right now that do not have power because they just haven't got generators up and running and things like that here at the show. But this one here doesn't really lack a whole lot without the lights on. I don't feel like you're missing too much without the lights on, so I felt like it was a good one to film because the lights are very subtle. You can see, like, you have a light up here over the entry door, light up here over this space, and then a light up here over that space. So just 3 lights in this area. It's not going to make a huge difference. Obviously, it will make it brighter, but nonetheless. So in the bunk model, we'll take a look at it in a second, but you can see they usually, or in the other model, they had bunks here. So in this one, they went with the dining table setup here, which looks great. And then you can see underneath here, this table here, I don't know why. You can see there's a piece missing here. They got to get corrected there. I don't know what happened to the other mount here on this table, but nonetheless, this table has the 2 legs that are going to be removable, and then this table will drop down, and this can make into an additional sleeping surface. This is something worth noting with RVs too. It's just the nature of RVs where, you know, a lot of these materials that they use, because they have to be so lightweight to keep that weight down so it's towable by your vehicles, they use some, you know, thin materials like this table here, and for whatever reason those screws just seem to have came undone, and I don't know what the reason is for that not being there. I literally just looked under there and saw that. But it's just the nature of RVs. If you talk to anybody that's RV'd before and you haven't RV'd before, they will all tell you the more you drive these things down the road, the more stuff just kind of comes undone and you have to reattach it and stuff like that. It is just the nature of owning an RV, and it doesn't matter what the price range is. Up above here, you have storage space there. So you have 3 cabinet doors that will open. Ceiling height is pretty decent. I'm about 6'2" to maybe 6'3" since I have boots on right now. And you can see the ceiling height here is probably right at about 6'3" where the AC drops down. And then it's probably about 6'4" to 6'5" right here. As we turn back around this way, you have your kitchen space here. So you have a north to south facing 2-burner gas stove. You have some storage space down underneath there. Could fit You know, some larger items in there could at least fit like a pot or a pan underneath there, a couple pans, and then pretty good open storage down underneath here. And you can see your plumbing lines back there as well. You have a furnace in here. And the reason, you know, I always try to mention this because some people like to comment stuff like, you know, why would anybody ever buy a camper like this and different things like that. But a lot of people, when they're getting into an RV or a camper like this, is they're going from camping in a tent and they're finally ready to have like actual solid walls. They want to have a furnace so they might be able to extend their camp season into the colder temperatures, or they might want an air conditioner so that they can extend their camping season into the more hot climates. And they also may want their own, you know, kitchen appliances so that they can do their own cooking, and their own bathroom so that they do not have to use, you know, campground facility bathrooms. So speaking of bathroom, you have a plastic foot flush toilet there. You have your shower here, and then you can see there the little shower wand. And as I turn around and step into here, ceiling height in here is definitely going to be a little reduced. Like if I stand straight up, my head has to lean over like that. So height in here is only good for about maybe 5'11", 5'10". Then this shower head is mounted pretty low, so you'd have to hold it up over your head. Width in here also is pretty, I mean, it's a pretty restricted shower, without a doubt. You have a shower curtain here, so it's not really going to get in your way because you'll be able to, you know, kind of hit that and not have to worry about it. And then for me personally, honestly, I view this as like, yeah, they gave you a shower and you can kind of rinse off in this, but because there's no like plastic pieces on the walls here and, you know, there's staple holes in here and whatnot, like this is going to be very susceptible to water damage, I would think. I mean, I can't see how it wouldn't possibly be. If I'm camping in something like this camper here, more than likely I'm doing like weekend trips, and you guys can let me know how you would use something like this. Now, anytime I've ever weekend camped, I don't use showers in RVs. Not because I'm not cleanly, but because I just use like body wipes or a sponge with some water, a washcloth, something like that, and that's how I take a shower, you know? So if you really want a shower, I might recommend going to something else that has a little bit more protection in a shower. If I owned an RV like this, I would actually probably put a clothing rod in here and just turn this into a closet. But you can let me know what you think about those ideas as well. You have your climate controls right here. You have a JBL sound system, so you have a JBL speaker in here. It looks like just the single JBL speaker. Another light up above this spot, and then more storage up here next to the microwave. Then you have your microwave there. It does have a vent fan to vent out smells while you're cooking, and a light here. A plastic sink that you have right there. No sink in the bathroom because they're just kind of counting on you using that sink for just about everything. Then you have your bed. Before we get on the bed, next to the bed, you have storage space through here. Do have a nice spot for a TV on the wall, so you could either rest a TV right there or you can mount one into this space. Outlets and USB ports with a USB Type-C connection there. And then you have another outlet here, plus a paper towel holder is already installed there. That's a pretty nice little touch. That's actually something I'm looking at getting for my RV because it does not already have one installed. And then underneath here, and if you haven't seen, I did buy an RV. There's that plate for the table. This goes to the passenger storage compartment. And then it has these clips to hold it in place. But I did buy an RV. If you didn't see that, you can go to, you know, it's just a couple videos back where I revealed what RV I bought and how I'm going to be using it. So you can go check that out. Now, as I lay into this bed here looks like it's right at about, gosh, probably, oh man, it's got to be at about 70 inches long or so, maybe 72. So going to be right at about 6 feet long. If you're over 6 feet, your feet will hang off if you're fully stretched out. I wouldn't think that's too big of a deal, you know, just kind of curl your knees up a little bit, or you can lay a little bit diagonal. Maybe if you have a partner who's a little bit smaller, they could sleep, you know, this way here, and then you could sleep this way here where you get a little bit more length. So there's certainly ways that you can make it work, but nonetheless, it's not like a super huge bed or anything, not a true residential queen. And that's pretty much everything on the inside of this one. I do got to go and talk to y'all about something before we go look at the other one because I forgot to grab it. But over here in my little supply area, we have liquefied. So this is a black tank RV treatment. You can get this on Amazon, and they have both these pods here, or they have liquid that you can get for black tank treatments in your RV. That basically is gonna, as you can see, prevents odor in your RV. It's gonna break down the waste and then makes dumping your RV a whole lot easier. I have this for my RV and you should too. Then we come up over to here, and this is going to be very similar in layout, except this one is going to have bunk beds in it. So if you want extra sleeping space, you have that here. So this one will give you a couple extra bunk beds where you will have a spot for additional sleeping if you want that. And then everything else is pretty much the same. We didn't look at the fridge on the other one, so we'll look at it here. See the fridge there, and your freezer portion up in here will be behind that door that is taped closed. You have your controls for the RV, for your lights, your awning, and your gas and electric water heater. It'll have a 6-gallon gas electric water heater, has an awning outside, and some storage space there. And then your bathroom is identical. So everything else is identical about this. It's basically if you have bunks in this space or if you have a dining table in this space that kind of differentiates it. USB ports right here, and outlets and USB ports down here as well for people that are sleeping in the bunks. And these bunks actually are not too bad. They're definitely not the cheapest bunk mattresses that I've seen. Go through a couple things on the outside. You have your 20-pound propane bottle. So a single 20-pound propane bottle. It's using a Norco Industries next-gen frame. So that is going to be all American-made steel. They use some hex bolt fasteners on there and instead of welds in some areas. So that, from my research on that, is those hex bolts are going to basically have a better resistance to having any faults when you have high levels of vibration for an extended period of time. So great for RVs. To go along this way, your windows will open up. You have your freshwater connection here so you can fill your freshwater tank there. And then these do have a little bit more upgraded Westlake mud tire. Definitely just gives it a good look. I know these don't do anything for like helping the RV drive better, but if you have a truck or a vehicle with more all-terrain or off-road tires, this is just going to look more fitting behind your RV. You have your dump valves underneath here for your black and gray tanks, and then as we get underneath the RV, you will see this does have an exposed underbelly underneath, so your water tanks and water lines are exposed under here. So not really designed to be camped in below freezing temperatures, although you can camp in it below freezing temperatures. If you didn't see actually earlier this year or earlier in 2024, I went on a camping trip with an RV in below freezing temperatures, and I just didn't have any water in the RV, and I camped in it just fine without having any water. I brought a couple like 5-gallon jugs of water and obviously water bottles, and it worked out just fine. So if you do want to camp in below freezing temperatures, just because you have exposed underbellies does not mean that it's incapable of doing that. JBL speaker on the outside, you have a leash latch right here. If you want to get the Lippert retractable ladder to get up onto the roof, you can. Prep to add a backup camera. You have your black tank flush valve right here. And then you have your city water connection right here to fill or to get continuous water running through your RV if you are at a campsite that has water connections. And then that is pretty much it. So very basic camper, again, towable by so many different vehicles out there. And this is going to be, without a doubt, one of the cheapest RVs you will find at the Florida RV show. So that is all I got for y'all. I appreciate y'all watching. If you're gonna come to the show, let me know down below in the comments. I will be running around like a crazy person trying to film all these RVs for you. If you catch me at the right time, I might be live on TikTok as well, going through different RVs. And it's gonna be a heck of a lot of fun. So we will be out here. I'll be out here for the next 6 days filming RVs for you guys. If you appreciate my efforts traveling around to get these tours for you, make sure to like the video down below and subscribe to the channel. And again, like I said, I bought an RV too, so I have a lot more video content coming. I would have loved to bring my RV to this show. I already had all my travel booked and planned before I bought the RV, so I just stuck to those plans. But this will be one of the last times I travel without my RV. And when I travel with this RV, I'm gonna be showing you everything that I go through with the RV, all the good, the bad, and the ugly. So giving you a true hands-on experience to see what it's truly like. So make sure you're subscribed to catch all that as well. And hopefully see y'all at the show. If you're looking for your next RV, just know too, Blue Compass is doing their show pricing specials all across the country, all their stores right now. So there is a link down below in the comments and description to help you get started to find a store close to you as well if you are not coming to the Florida RV show. So that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, live firmly unbound.